So some people have connections, but they don't know what to do with them, right? So, you know, don't know what to do. Don't know what to do with these connections. Like, how do you make money with these, right? You know, this is why you would use LinkedIn, is to generate clients, right? Otherwise, what's kind of the point? You know, other folks like don't have any connections, no connections, don't really know what to do with it. And so you're kind of starting out from scratch. So this is where, you know, you can save massive amounts of time, you know, because, you know, you go in the wrong direction, like you come to a fork in the road, right? And you go in this direction and you'll get clients, and you go in this direction, right? You're going to struggle for like forever, right? If you go in this direction, you're still going to struggle, right? And then you have to backtrack. So it's like, you got to go in the right direction. Otherwise, it's almost like all roads lead to you not making money unless you know the formula, right? So this is really important, that you really understand like what it takes to do this. You know, the other folks are like, you know, they just, you know, they use, you know, Facebook ads. You know, they're getting clients with Facebook ads, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to try LinkedIn. Okay, and that's a great thing, right? But the whole thing you got to know is that Facebook is not LinkedIn. Like, it's not going to work in that way. LinkedIn is all about relationships. However, the great thing about it is you can find your perfect target market there. Like, you can absolutely find exactly who you're looking for when it comes to this, because, you know, like if you're looking for high level decision makers, like we got a client, he you know, he goes after companies like GM, like big companies, you know, where they have, you know, anywhere from 10,000 employees on up, or maybe even just 500 employees, but he's going after the CEO and president, and he's going after not only CEO and president, but ones that have been there like less than 2 years. So, you know, less than 2 years. And he's looking for CEOs and presidents that want to grow. So they have keywords like transform and growth in their profile, right? And he's only wants to go after the big companies. And so, you know, so you can go after like these incredible decision makers, you know, in LinkedIn, unlike Facebook, unlike you could ever do in Facebook, right? But it is different, right? It is more relationship driven, and it is based upon, you know, knowing how to build rapport, but also get meetings, right? But so you can't really, you know, and because then you're like, well, can I do LinkedIn ads? Can I do LinkedIn ads to actually make this work, right? And the answer is, you know, like here's the thing: LinkedIn ads are not the method when it comes to this. Like, I've never, you know, LinkedIn ads are great. I love you, LinkedIn, but like, here's the thing: you know, so far these are built for big companies, and they're not necessarily for smaller guys that aren't willing to pay, you know, the kind of big money that these big corporations are willing to pay LinkedIn for their LinkedIn ad spending, right? And that might change in the future, but we've done so many different tests and stuff like that. And there's things you can do with LinkedIn, you know, paid advertising to enhance what you're doing, but it shouldn't be the primary method, right? So, you know, and this is the things that people get wrong, because like, look, you know, if you got connections, you got to know how to get money from it. If you don't have any connections, you got to know where to start so you can get right here. Right. And then also, you know, if you're coming from another platform and think it's going to work, it's not. You got to have a specialized method for LinkedIn. And that's really important. And then the other thing is like, how do you do this without wasting time, right? Because you want to make sure you do this in a way that you can works with your time, right? But also, you know, a way that's going to build sustainable revenue. So what you want to do is you want to focus on things that are going to get you quick results, right? That are going to get you quick results. But you also want to do things that are going to actually get you long-term results, right? Long-term LTR, long-term results that you can really bank on for long into the future. And it really comes down to this. I mean, like, you know, the first step is like knowing, okay, what is the strategic formula when it comes to LinkedIn? And like I said, it all comes down to a couple of key elements, which I've gone over, right? You know, profile, you got to get your profile right. You got to get your targeting right. Yeah. Yeah. Pi DVC, right? Yeah, exactly. But you got to do it. And then you got to do like long-term nurturing. Okay, because some deals, like, you know, that's the other thing. Some deals, you know, some people can close deals in just one meeting. Awesome, right? Some people I talk to, guys, you know, it takes 12 months to close one deal, and that can happen, right? So you have to be willing to do long-term nurturing to do this. But when you do this, like, you really can nail LinkedIn. Like, it's really it's a phenomenal place to get these high-level clients. So whether you're looking for 10, 20, you know, $100,000 in deals, you know, in a short amount of time, you can really do that. And especially if you think, okay, what do I need to do now? And then the other thing is like content. Like, what do I, you know, should I post on content? What should I be doing? And here's what I find is that a lot of people don't have enough time to post content every day. I mean, you know, the guys that are crushing it with content, like your Gary Vaynerchuk's, they're posting content every day, like multiple different forms of content. I was like, most people don't, but he has a team. He has like, you know, well over 10 people that just do that, maybe even close to 20 people. It's like most people do not have the bandwidth to be able to do this. So you have to do what's called strategic content, okay? Strategic content in order to make this work, okay? And this is really, really super important. Okay, so these are some key elements here. And the other thing is that it's really important too, right? Is that, you know, you got to imagine what's going on in the prospect's mind. The prospect's doing what they're doing, right? They obviously have needs, they have wants, they have desires, they have needs and wants, right? But here's where everybody the people don't want to be pitched, right? So they're like, you know, they don't want to be pitched. People are more wary now than ever. So, you know, you've got to be able to provide long-term value, right? Long-term value to your prospects, but you also have to give them what they want, right? Like, the best thing, like, here's what's really important, is that you have got to give them something they want. If you do not give these prospects what they want, okay, then you're gonna end up spending a lot of time trying to track people with things that, you know, with bait, that's not going to work, right? So at the end of the day, you got to think, okay, what does my prospect really truly want? So you really have to understand your prospect at the core level. And this is easy to figure out. Once you do this, you're going to open up a floodgates of appointments and meetings. And so you have to really be able to nail this. So, like, for instance, we teach people how to get clients from LinkedIn, but that alone, right, is good. And people want that. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants to know how to get clients from LinkedIn. Okay. But what we really teach people is, you know, how to actually get prospects booking into your calendar, wanting to talk to you, right? And that's really, truly what people want, right? So get prospects and new clients booking into your calendar. I'm going to spell this out, into your calendar. That's what people want. Okay. So, you know, and this is what we deliver, and this is what we teach people. And you have to get to a level where you're really giving people what they truly want and desire. Otherwise, it's going to be a really, really difficult road for you to figure out how to do this. Okay. Because, you know, like, people have seen all kinds of offers, all kinds of pitches. So you check their email inbox, right? Even their LinkedIn inbox, filling up with all kinds of things that they're not really interested in. So what you have to do is you really have to understand your prospect and see, okay, what do they really want? And kind of create your own, like, irresistible offer. We call it irresistible offer to them. Right now, there's a couple different types of irresistible offers. Right. But at the end of the day, you want something so valuable that they say, I want that. I need that. I got to talk to this person. I want that. I need that. I have to talk to this person. That's what you're looking for. When they feel that, right, that's when you get people booking into your calendar. You know, I want that. I need that. I need to talk to this person. So everything that you put in front of them has to be able to speak to that. I need to talk to this person, right? Now, there's lots of ways to do this, though, and that's the incredible part. And that's what you can do with LinkedIn, but you've got to be very strategic, because what happens is you're offering people, like, you know, like, for instance, right? Most people aren't offering it these days, but, like, if you're just like, you know, hey, come to me, I'll give you a social media strategy session. Like, what does that even mean, right? That means, like, nothing to people. Like, what is that, you know? You got to be very specific. You got to be super specific about what you're actually offering people. Okay. Get more specific, because, and give them what they want, and make sure it's alluring. We sometimes say sexy. It's got to be sexy. It's got to be alluring. A lot of people have different connotations about what sexy means. So I'll just say alluring, right? It's got to be alluring. It's got to be specific. It's got to be what they want. I'm just going to freehand this, what they want, WTW, what they want. And so it's got to be compelling, alluring, what they want. And then also it's got to be a little bit mysterious. You don't want to kind of give them everything that you don't want to tell them everything that you're doing, right? Because that's what the meeting's for, right? So a little bit mysterious, because you want them to, once again, book a meeting into your calendar. So you want to give them something that's, so this is not there's nothing, and it needs to be unique, right? It needs to be absolutely unique. This is not unique. Okay. So you gotta come at it. It's just a little change in words, or a little bit of what you're doing, right? And if you do that, you spend a little bit of time doing that, you can really be super unique, have something that's specific, that they want, that's alluring for them, and is a little bit, make it a little mysterious. Don't give away the farm on what you're doing, right? And do that. And that's really going to help people want to talk to you. Okay. But you got to start at this level. Otherwise, if you miss this, then you're not really going to close a lot of deals. When it comes to LinkedIn, you end up wasting a lot of time and effort. And then 6 months, a year from now, you're going to be no better off. And then you say LinkedIn doesn't work, but it works incredibly well. We got people, without knowing what they're doing, just copy and paste our methods. And within literally 48 hours, they had two high-paying clients, right? And so that's what you're looking for. You're looking for folks like that. And so there you go. So that's a little information. How do you get prospects booking into your calendar, right? Give them something very unique, specific, alluring to you. Give them something that they want. And I don't care even if you're in the most boring field, you can make anything look very appealing, right? I'm not vegan, but they do a damn good job of making vegan food look really, really good to people. Otherwise, people wouldn't eat it, right? That's the whole point. So, so anybody can do this, right? So anybody can do this. You just got to spend a little bit of time on it, right? So, but at the end of the day, here's the exercise. Just think, what do my prospects truly, truly want? The more you understand your prospects, the more sales you're going to get, right? If you understand your prospects really deep, and you understand their needs and their desires, you can really, really help them. And you can give them something that they absolutely want. Then they're going to book in your calendar, and then you can make a lot of money, right? That's how this works.